One thing I'll tell you, market कैसा है मालूम है? There is never a miss bus. 2007 में जब लेमन ब्रदर क्राइसिस हुआ था, मार्केट करेक्ट हुआ. Now again, देखो कोविड में again opportunity आया, but nobody dared. Very few dared, and those who dared are sitting on wealth. Last year Nifty 500 was negative. Nifty 500, Nifty small cap is negative. They have given negative returns. I mean, they are still not reached the level of their all-time highs. But people who have participated in this downturn, they are going to gain when it explodes.
There have been long periods where silver has consolidated within a range.
Yes.
How do we decide that it is the right time? Because you are saying timing is more important.
Not timing. Time in the market.
Timing
is not important. As long as you're earning, your SIP should not stop. You should continue investing in SIPs. Wealth creation will happen only if you some part of your earnings into the investments. Patience is very important. Discipline is very important. Thinking about saving before spending is very important. Good morning, friends. I am Ravi Kumar, your MFD, mutual fund distributor. I would say I've been into this industry for over 25 years, but specifically into mutual funds for over 2 years now.
Hi guys, I'm Rishi. I have been working in the IT industry for like 2 years, and I have some savings right now. Like I save monthly some amount, but I had a dilemma where to invest, whether or not to invest, what should be my portfolio allocation, what should be my asset allocation, should I do it via an SIP amount, because I've heard a lot of these things, but I don't know what is the right strategy for me. So I have approached Mr. Ravi, and he is there to answer a lot of questions which I have. I think you might also be able to relate, because these are the common problems which most of the retail investors, new investors face. So here I am with Sir, and we'll be having a brief conversation around a lot of things, especially what I talked about, asset allocation, how much money should go into which fund or so, and over to a good start. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Ravi sir. It's a pleasure connecting with you. So I'll just expand on my query. So I actually started investing almost 5 years back. When this COVID boom was there, I had some money I wanted to invest. I heard a lot about like mutual fund sahi hai wala entire campaign. Yeah. So and what I saw was, because I only want, everyone in the end wants returns. So I started investing in mid caps and small caps a lot. But like at that time I didn't invest much. But when I started earning quite well, like probably 2 years back, I had some money to invest. I started putting it in, but I entirely missed the rally which the small caps and mid caps had. If I see my SIP returns from the last year, from when I started actually, I am getting almost like muted returns, 0% returns, and mostly either it's like 1 or 2% returns, or it's mostly in red. Now a lot of people like this I have seen this in my friends a lot, that they are becoming a little bit pessimistic about investing in the markets, and should they invest at this time or not, because it was like a false promise which was delivered to everyone. So just wanted to understand from your perspective, if should we invest in mid caps and small caps? Should we continue investing in small cap, mid cap, if we have a long term wealth building horizon, let's say 10 years?
Correct.
And what should be the right strategy in terms of the asset allocation? How much should we do it a lump sum way, or do the SIP way? What should be the strategy? Just wanted to understand.
Yeah, sure. First of all, see, when you're starting your investments, you should first decide what is the investment horizon. If you have invested these funds for a specific target, and how far is that target? If the target is very close, in my meaning of being very close is less than 5 years.
Yeah.
Then it's very close. It's not a vehicle for you to invest into mid caps and small caps. If your target is very far, say for 10 years and above, then yes, it's a vehicle where you can trust this vehicle. These hard times will come, will go. You will see your returns coming up generally, because see, this has been volatility of this mutual markets has been its nature. Market. If you look at 2007. So my suggestion would be to continue your SIP investments in mid cap, small cap, because every time you see mid caps and small caps go into hibernation, they go for a pretty long time. 3 to 4 years kind of long time, and that is when you get frustrated. You don't see any results in your returns and all this thing, and you just try to get out at a time when it is about to explode.
Yeah.
when it is about to export, and how long you can keep investing in the market. That is very important.
So basically your point is to actually not stop these SIPs if we are aiming for a long-term horizon or from a wealth building perspective. If I just want my money to grow in this period of time, let's say around 10 years, SIP should not stop, and it is the discipline that like actually gives the return to people, and not get dejected by low market returns, because these cycles continue with like in certain periods of time.
Yeah, it is always a cycle. A downturn will be followed by a upward movement. Upward movement again will followed by a downturn movement, and upward movement it keeps. That is how the volatility happens, and that is why people, it cannot go always at one way or always go down the other way. It has to be up and down. I mean, again, straight line is, I mean, if you see what do you call ECG में straight line का मतलब होता है गया खत्म आदमी. It has to be up and down, तभी आदमी जिंदा है. So this is also like that.
So, okay, so this brings me to another follow-up question on this. Ki we have like, let's say I consulted you. You made me realize that because of these market cycles and stuff, SIP should not stop if we actually want to make good returns. But then what should be the strategy? Let's say ki I am someone who's starting my SIPs from this month. Given the market condition and like the money that I have, what should be the exact strategy? Because I think we were talking about this outside, like STP is a good option in this. But like, can you explain a little bit about?
See, if you're starting as SIP, you can still look at being aggressive because you are talking about longer time horizon.
Exactly.
You can still look at,
and my risk appetite
going
is also
at least
quite
50%,
healthy.
40 to 50% to mid cap and small cap segment.
Yes, exactly.
You can still look at that. If you're talking about putting lump sum money, probably I would say no. You should get into this mid cap and small cap, but in a different way. You can park these funds into arbitrage or liquid funds of whichever fund you have selected for a future investment, and from there you can slowly transfer over a period of year, 1 year time or 6 months to a year time, where you slowly transfer, see opportunity and start parking funds there, which will give you advantage of lower markets that time. But you do that way instead of parking at one go into a mid cap and small cap fund. You should prefer through a STP route.
Okay. So again, like I put some money into an arbitrage fund, arbitrage or liquid, whatever I'm comfortable with, whatever works for me. Then this money should go slowly, as in like transfer into that particular mid cap or small cap fund that I'm aiming for.
Yes.
So I'll talk about my portfolio allocation at this moment. I have around 50K of savings that I do every month. Of that 15K, of that 50K, I put I'm thinking to put some in flexi cap. Large caps I don't want to do. Then some in mid caps, some in small caps, and I also want to have some, let's say, key sectoral funds, because I don't know much about the industries, particular industries, but I've heard in the news that hospitals are going to do well, or let's say metals are going to do well. So, and also there is gold and silver for hedging mostly. So in this time, let's say I want to start let's say I have 50K in savings. What should be a rough allocation to like different sectors or the large cap, mid cap funds, so that like I am able to capture the returns well, or I'm able to invest?
Right. What you said, you are investing into a flexi cap fund. Yeah. Without you knowing, you are indirectly participating in large cap through a flexi cap investment. Ideally, if you see flexi cap, they will have around 50 to 60% of allocation towards the large caps.
Okay.
Ideally, they will have.
Okay.
So when you are investing into flexi cap, you are investing into a large cap also majorly. So make this as a core fund where you invest, suppose whatever, suppose
50K is my overall.
So what you can do is up to 25K you can make it as a core fund. I mean this particular flexi cap investments.
Okay.
And remaining 20% into a mid cap, 20% into a small cap, and 10% into a metals
or any sectoral
sectoral funds you can look at. Nowadays, gold and silver are doing it. Everybody is crying they have missed out.
Yeah.
They have missed out. So So I think getting into gold through a SIP route, I would not suggest a lump sum route into gold and silver at this point of time, because you don't know what will happen. It's already at a high, very high. So getting into gold and silver through SIP is good. Why gold and silver? Gold is a very good hedge. At whatever rate it is a good hedge for all your investments. So you should have an ideal portfolio mix of 10% into your gold and silver kind of metals. You should take care of. So with this kind of a mix, I think you should be doing it, and you should look at rebalancing often. Often, not very often means I would not say very often, probably around 2.5-3 years time में you should look at this investment has sometimes क्या होता है आपने 25% portfolio में 50% आपने flexi cap रखा है और 20-20 रखा है. Flexi cap might become 60%, might become 60 because it might have performed very well.
Yeah, exactly.
Might have performed well. And mid cap and small cap might become 15%. And metals say 10%, it continues to be. So what you can do is this 10% extra returns which you have got in flexi caps should put it into a mid cap and a small cap, so that you are again rebalancing it to 50, 20, 20 and 10.
So that portfolio allocation should be respected for, let's say, a period of.
It should not be very often, very frequently. It should be at least 3 साल का, I mean 2 to 3 years में एक बार देखना चाहिए उसका.
So आप कह रहे हो कि 2 से 3 साल is the good time after which I should consider rebalancing, or
yes,
given the market conditions and my own goals, because goals, like let's say I have a long term wealth building goal, but it might happen that I might face some financial crisis, and so given all the like factors that you have said, 2 to 3 years is a good period in which I should consider rebalancing. Okay.
But this one more point which I've come up with this what you have said just now, emergency. So I am not talking about this investment as an emergency fund.
Okay.
You should have an emergency separate.
So that should be separate from
that should be separate.
My investments.
Yes, that should be separate. You should be prepared for your emergency without withdrawing this.
Okay.
The moment you start withdrawing for your emergencies or any specific this thing, then wealth creation, I mean, you go back the same number of years. Wealth creation.
So this is considering that I have my
you have your emergency fund in place.
Okay, got it.
It is considering that. It is not कि I am talking about your emergency is also into this. Then you have to create an emergency fund. If 50,000 में you have to put at least aggressively first 6 months you create an emergency fund.
Okay, and that should be somewhere around, like what I've heard,
at least 6 months of your monthly
expenses. Okay.
Monthly earnings 6 months. वो aggressive होने के बाद then you can look at investing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more thing that we have been talking about, I and my friends were talking about this, and we were quite in a dilemma. So this is related to something what you told us, that gold and silver we should keep around 10%. Now what happens is that gold has already given a good run up, and silver has like bonkers.
Yeah.
So the thing is ki how do we know as like normal retail investors, like should we keep putting money into that? Like, because what we fear is ki let's say ki the silver has given a return of, let's say, around 150 to 200% returns in the last 2 years. The thing is, let's say we start putting like money into silver ETFs or funds like regularly with discipline. What would happen, let's say, if the silver starts coming down? And this is the same with mid caps as well, because mid caps, and same fear I and my friends have with mid caps and small caps as well. Like वो बढ़ गए हैं बहुत ज़्यादा. Now if we start putting money diligently, this is something what I have faced कि पैसे तो डाल दिए मैंने diligently 1 साल तक, but returns नहीं आए. Can the same happen to gold? Can the same happen to silver as well? So that is the dilemma. Like, should we keep putting money or should we like stop somewhere? How to decide that? Like,
it can happen.
Okay.
It can happen. I mean, आपने शुरू किया and gold and silver stop performing. They might not give returns.
Yeah.
But again, time in the market is important. Time of your investment. If you are looking at 1 साल के और मैं निकालूंगा, तो then I would not suggest to buy these kind of instruments for investment purpose. You better park it into a fixed deposits and use it when you need it. When you are entering into markets, there has to be, though markets are very volatile, they can give you 2x returns in 1 year. They can take your returns to half also in 1 year.
Yeah, true.
They can take. You have to be ready for that. If you are not ready for that, markets are not the right place to be in.
stock markets.
Yes, it's not right place. You have to trust the market and you have to give them the time. Patience is. आजकल क्या होता है, जैसे अभी सोचो सिल्वर है, सिल्वर देखेंगे एक साल में 170% रिटर्न दिया है.
Yeah,
170% रिटर्न दिया है. सब लोगों ने सिल्वर इतना दे रहा है, एंड दे स्टार्ट इन्वेस्टिंग इन गेटिंग इनटू द मार्केट.
Exactly.
एंड किस्मत खराब होती है एंड सिल्वर स्टार्ट्स गिरना शुरू हो जाता है, साइडवेज मूव होता है, रिटर्न्स नहीं आता है, दे गेट इम्पेशेंट.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there have been periods where silver has consolidated in a range for like, there have been long periods where silver has consolidated within a range.
Yes.
And the thing that is the thing, like, how do we decide that it is the right, like, not the right time? Because you are saying timing is more important, but should we keep
not
it
timing, time in the market.
Timing
is not important.
True. So, like, because there has been periods where silver has consolidated, and like, I'll just pull up an example. So Russell 2000, I think it's the US small cap index. It has given somewhere around like 1 to 2%, or it has almost been flat. Now the only thing is that what I fear, and what some of my friends that we keep talking about investing and stuff, they fear that what would can this happen, that the small cap index of India could give like flat returns like Russell 2000, and what would happen if we keep putting money, and 5 years after when I check the portfolio, it's like small cap hasn't moved much. So this is the fear that I want to avoid if I can. So that is why
this is where portfolio mix is very important. As a whole, you look at a portfolio, जैसे 100 रुपीज आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है, आप 50 रुपये फ्लेक्सी में डाल रहे हो, 20 रुपये मिड कैप में डाल रहे हो, 20 रुपये स्मॉल कैप में डाल रहे हो, 10 रुपये गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर में डाल रहे हो. अगर स्मॉल कैप परफॉर्म नहीं किया तो दैट कैन बी कंपनसेटेड विद द रिटर्न्स फ्रॉम अ फ्लेक्सी कैप फंड्स, दैट कैन बी कंपनसेटेड. तो एज अ होल यू लुक एट व्हाट 100 रुपीज हैव बिकम rather than looking at what 20 rupees have given.
True.
Because everything needs a time and you should be patient with that. So can possible, may not be possible, can't say anything, future है, नहीं बोल सकते. अगर मैं वो बता सकता तो शायद मैं भगवान बन जाता था, लेकिन नहीं होता. तो can be possible, but I am pretty sure with the history behind, with 25 years of history, they have given 4 to 5 years of muted returns or negative returns, but when they break out, and they explode. They give you returns. You have to be patient. अगर वो 5वां साल वही साल होगा जहाँ पे आप फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया और अभी बोलोगे मैं निकाल दूंगा, आप निकालने के बाद मार्केट गया तो you become a spectator.
I think this is what happened. Like, I think when small cap index gave around 100% returns in 2023 to 24, I think period. Before that, I started investing, and what I was seeing is what I was seeing from YouTube commentaries and some of the news that I used to consume back then, they were all saying कि small caps are not performing, and I had a goal कि नहीं पैसे बनाने, because I was a newbie investor, I didn't know discipline and stuff. So like, this is what happened. Like, I didn't invest at that time, and 2 years back when I completely forgot that these things exist, I saw the small cap index. It was like 120% up, and then it started coming down when people said कि the markets are bloated last year September. Then I had this in mind कि bro, invest तो करना चाहिए था उस time पे, and I missed that thing. So that is what I want to avoid going forward, because I think they are good wealth generators, but this is the dilemma around this कि should we keep investing or not.
See, one thing I'll tell you, market कैसा है मालूम है? There is never a miss bus. 2007 में जब लेमन ब्रदर क्राइसिस हुआ था, मार्केट करेक्ट हुआ, people did not participate. उसके बाद जब रैली आया, लोग सोचे कि अरे I missed the bus, I should have accumulated at the bottom. तब वो डर रहे थे, लेकिन बाद में जब it started rallying, they were like, अरे I should have done that. They missed the bus.
Exactly.
Now again, देखो कोविड में again opportunity आया.
COVID crash was
great opportunity, but nobody dared. Very few dared, and those who dared are sitting on wealth. तो market will again in future will give you. It gave wealth. अभी last year में ही 20% down हुआ.
Yes.
क्या किया आपने? सब लोग डर गए.
I think Nifty 50 का SIP return was somewhere around 17% for the last year. If people were like
Nifty 50.
I think so.
I think they have been around 11 to 12%.
Okay, so I think it will be Nifty 500 also, because some of the...
You're talking about last year or before last year?
Last year.
Last year Nifty 500 was negative.
Okay.
Nifty 500 and Nifty small cap is negative. They have given negative returns. I mean, I'm talking from January 2025 से,
Okay.
especially from October 2024 से, आज तक अभी तक Nifty is giving negative return. Nifty 500 is giving. I mean, they are still not reached the level of their all-time highs. They have not still come. But people who have participated in this downturn, they are going to gain when it explodes.
Even the SIP, the thing is what I have observed also, and why I became very interested towards doing SIPs is because I invested lump sum amount like 15,000 in just Nifty 50 once it was down. But I didn't invest it afterwards. एक बार कर दिया invest and then it was done. I got around 8% अभी like मैंने check किया था. But people who did like SIPs like consistently for 12 months, they were getting somewhere around, are you saying 11 to 12% something?
Nifty?
Huh?
No, I'm talking about lump sum investment.
No, but if you started like...
I'm talking about lump sum investment. If you had invested sometime, say in January 2025 and today, Nifty has given around 11 to 12% lump sum investor. Okay. But for a SIP investor, it would be different returns.
Yeah.
Because it has fluctuated. You might have bought at a lower levels. It would be different levels.
So this is something that I want to capture in this conversation as well. Ki, like how to decide what are the times when we should increase. Let's say कि I'm investing in small cap only. Small caps is usually like अभी वो अपने median PE पे around trade कर रहा है.
Just around that.
हाँ,
just
around median or slightly above. But what I want to do is कि because I know मैंने historical अगर मैंने data देखा हो तो whenever this PE like actually corrects, it becomes a good opportunity. How should I plan my investment or like STP वाला जो method हमने use की मतलब like बात करी थी, let's expand on that. Like is there a strategy where I can periodically increase my investments for every month, increase my SIP amounts a bit more with coming months? Is there a way to
possible when you see, it's all about identifying an opportunity. When the markets have fallen, when कुछ fall आया and you see an opportunity, 20% invest कर लो, फिर बाद में कुछ और अपॉर्चुनिटी 20% इन्वेस्ट करो. ऐसे आई मीन ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि जब बॉटम आया तुम्हारे पास पैसा नहीं है इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए.
एग्जैक्टली.
तो यू शुड हैव, आई मीन यू हैव टू कंट्रोल योरसेल्फ वेयर यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग ओनली 20% एवरी करेक्शन. इट माइट फर्दर आपका इन्वेस्ट करने का जो मार्केट गिर सकता है, बट अगेन एट अनदर सपोर्ट लेवल, अनदर at any point where you feel this is a time, again invest 20,000. 20% of your investment, you keep investing that.
Yeah, because why I want to like discuss this thing is because let's say a lot of apps that we have in the market, let's say Zerodha, Grow, Upstocks, Angel One, all have this feature called auto step up. Now the problem with what I find or my confusion around auto step up is, what if my like let's say I keep doing auto step up,
yeah,
quarterly basis पे let's say मैंने कर दिया. Now that increased amount of money went to went in the times went to the fund in the times where markets actually were a little more bloated. So I don't want to miss that thing. I only want to increase my like amounts when the index or in general the markets are quite down, so that I can buy a lot more units when the fund is exactly very it's quite like available at a cheaper price. So this is what I wanted to understand.
See, that is very difficult to do.
Okay.
That is very difficult to do. You have decided a pattern of investment. Stick to that pattern. There might be chances where you might have invested at a higher price also, but still okay. You still invest. No problem. Because अगर उतना precisely अपने को marketing अपने को ये करना है, तो we have to be only in front of the terminals, in front of the system, inside the market and all this.
Exactly.
It's very difficult with our daily schedules, our daily work and all the things. It's better still if you go into a monthly setup or quarterly step up in investment mode. Let it be. There can be chances where you are investing in a high time and when the markets were high. There can be chances when you are investing at a low also. So let it continue that way. Don't worry about those things as long as your investment horizon is longer.
Acha, so like just to sum it up, like time, if the time in the market is sorted, I keep doing investment in a disciplined manner, not stopping SIPs for most of the period, let's say 5 years, 10 years, then timing the market should not matter much.
Should not. It should never matter. Timing the market. Very difficult.
Exactly.
कोई नहीं timing कोई नहीं कर सकता market का timing. अगर ऐसे जो विजिबली दिखते हैं अपने को 20% 30% ड्रॉप है, those are visible दिख रहे हैं, उस वक्त डाल दो पैसा उस वक्त. Those are good times to return. when markets are taking heavy corrections, that time if you see that corrections happening and correction is very visible, you park your funds. It will rebound again. But at that time also you don't expose yourself with 100% allocation there.
Okay.
Go slowly, 20%, 20% slowly allocation, and then participate in that fall. Because when you are thinking about long term, this fall, when you are thinking about long term, this fall may, whenever you are accumulating those units, will give you a good returns when there is a bull run happening.
Okay.
When there is a bull running happening, because you have accumulated at lower values, so your returns will be like good returns. It is all about that. Otherwise, SIP is the best investment, whether it is in rising markets or falling markets. SIP is the very good investment.
And also in SIP, it's better to go monthly only, because we also have most of the apps that we have also have a weekly. And is investing weekly versus monthly has some impact on the returns, or in your experience?
अगर आप बोल रहे हो मेरे पास 50,000 है, मैं 12,000 एक वीक में करूँगा, 12,000 एक वीक में करूँगा, 12,000, it doesn't matter much on a difference rate of, at the end, your returns will not vary much, very much. Unnecessary, your cost will increase. It's better one time कर लिया and maximum 2 times, that's it. But if you say I would like to take the opportunity, everyday market fluctuation opportunity, and I will do investment every month, that's a very Herculean task. It doesn't give you any good
exactly
this thing. And also you have to keep balances every day in your account.
Okay, so I think I'll just reiterate what I got from the entire conversation. So if I have 50K to invest per month, I think as per now, you are saying 25 should go to FlexiCap. 25%
in terms of
25K, 50% of my whatever my let's do this way. If I have, like, let's say some amount of money, 50% should go to FlexiCap as of now. 20% should go to Midcaps, 20% should go to
small cap,
and 10% we can choose if we want to go to like gold and silver, metals, or some sectoral if we want to.
I believe in this. Reason being, if we go too many other value, thematic, sectoral funds, we are diversifying too much, and there are two types of risk. One is a concentration risk, one is a diversification risk. So it should be somewhere in between. So this will take care of your good, you're participating almost around 90% of market you're participating through this kind of this thing. And you should be investing in this way. This is my personal opinion.
And added to that, like, keep we should not stop the SIPs if we have a long-term horizon, because these market cycles will keep happening time to time, geopolitics,
yes, you should cycles. Not. As long as you're earning, your SIP should not stop. You should continue investing in SIPs. Wealth creation will happen only if you, in a very disciplined way, if you keep your earnings, some part of your earnings into the investments every month. That is when wealth creation will happen. Patience is very important. Discipline is very important. Thinking about saving before spending is very important. Saving and investing, not only saving. Saving and investing, not only saving.
Okay.
There are people who save, but they don't invest. You're not letting your money work for you by not investing it. So you have to invest also. These things will take you into your goal achievement.
I think that was all from my end. This is what I want. I have a clear understanding, and like I'll start my like whatever I have, I'll rebalance, and let's see in 2 to 3 years what.
Please, you should continue. You being with age on your side, you should continue to keep investing at least for 15-20 years. At that point, you will see if your wealth is developed to such a level where you can take a call on your career. Keep investing, be disciplined. जहाँ भी पैसा मिलता है invest करो, and delay all your loans.
Okay, got it.
I mean, not EMIs. Delay all your opportunities of taking loans. Don't take any loan. Delay.
Got it. So most of the times, most of the money should go into investments and building wealth, and all other.
15-20 साल के बाद you will not look at loans. मेरे को loan ही नहीं चाहिए. बोलेगा मैं loan देता हूँ बोलोगे.
That, I think that's it from our end, and thanks a lot for like giving this wonderful advice, and I think we'll keep having conversations like this for the audience as well.
Thank you, Rishi, for coming to me and thinking that I would be able to address your problem, and I think I have been able to answer your problems to your satisfaction. And with this, I would like to conclude, and I request all the audiences to not worry about their investments into the markets and participate in the markets with a longer horizon. Remember that time in the market is important than timing in the market. And I also request all the audiences to please comment on this about our podcast, comment, subscribe to Rupeesy Partner app and help us grow. Thank you.